Hello and welcome to my review of Henkei Astrotrain. Now we've gotten an influx of triple changers lately with Springer and Blitzwing, but I hope you haven't forgotten about the first triple changer. This guy is just my favorite. His alt modes are ridiculous and he was such a badass in G1. He had this deep voice, he was huge. I mean, he could take over the Autobots if he really wanted to, but he didn't. He was loyal to Megatron. So, when this toy was released in Classics, I couldn't get that black and white one. No. So I got this color accurate one, and he's fantastic. And I just want to show him off for you today. Now, since he's a triple changer, I was a bit decisive how to review this guy. I'm going from least favorite to best. So this is going to go subway train to shuttle to robot. Now the reason why I say the shuttle train is shuttle train, the subway train is probably the weakest because about only half of it really fits. I mean, there's beautiful detail in here. He looks like he could join the Railway Brothers from Car Robots Rail Racer team. That's it. This looks perfect. This really does. And it's a step up from the G1 locomotive, which doesn't even apply anymore. So it was a really good modernization of the character, in my opinion. But past there, I don't know what that is. Yeah, some windows here that aren't painted. Kind of glad they're not painted, but it doesn't help this mode. One credit I will give it is that's nice and long. I wish I had one of the Rail Racer team to show this off. Show off his length. But he's got a pretty good size to him. And to pick out on specific details, this part is great. The way they transformed him, they were able to manage that this part gets on the back for each mode. So he's also a rocket-powered subway train. Not gonna be late today, folks. That's really all I can say about this. It's not that great. But, almost forgot, he can store his weapon in both modes, which is a nice modernization. So you have a hole on the top, and I like to keep this one flat, put it flat like that, or have it sitting on top. So it's a jet-powered subway train with a gun on top. Choo choo, mother... Moving on. So conversion to the shuttle is very simple. I like how simple it is. So, you break out the wings. You want to break this out. Let's scoot this back, because this guy is pretty long in this mode. There we go. And we want to spin it around. Oh, that's something. I had it peg over that. And you want to get it to peg, see that there? It needs to peg to that there. There we go. And same on the other side, but I think it's reverse. Because this is a peg, that's the post. I mean, hole in the peg. Peg A into slot B. There we go. Nice and tight into there. Oh, I just now noticed there's actually 2 connection points. Right there too. But that's the one you want to worry about. Then you just flip this up. You'll hear a little bit of snappage if you did it right. You want to fold this into the fin. Get that thruster on there. I'll make sure this isn't doing that funny stuff. And here we are with about like 3 easy steps. We have a fantastic shuttle mode. Now both modes kind of suffer from the detail-y bits from the other. Like, the train ended up with this in the back. But now the shuttle ends up with the fronts of a subway train in the back. Which add to the shape. It does. It's easy to ignore. But still there. But percentage-wise, the ratio of convincible vehicle mode is a lot better in this mode. And the accurate color scheme is perfect. You have, of course, that gray and purple, just like it should be, not white and black. But I do give that paint scheme credential. Don't get me wrong. It was accurate to the first release of the toy. But for the anime counterpart, this is the way you gotta go. He has the red windows, the Decepticon symbols here, and you've got the thruster things here. And if I haven't clarified, this is actually 2 colors of chrome. Don't ask me how they pulled it off. But you've got silver chrome here, which seems to be coming off at the ends, but but in some light it actually looks like it's all smoky. Then you have a purple thing here. It's not quite the right purple, it's a bit too red, but I ain't gonna complain about chrome. So, great shuttle mode, nice landing gear, and you can store the gun at the bottom. If you fold that up, you can also have a gun on the bottom of a space shuttle. Now to robot mode, where the classics and universe line shines. If they can't give them a good vehicle mode because they lost all of their licenses to actual vehicles, a well-articulated robot mode is where it's at. I'm rushing this. You want to get this off, essentially, the whole backpack. You want to separate it from this for a second so you can move your camera up. You break this off, and then you hold this part because that will become the shoulder, and you slide this off the hand. And you want to bend it, because if you don't, it's just going to keep sliding there. It's a bit annoying, but bent elbows is a dynamic enough pose that it's really not bothersome. I'm going to open this for the chest, and I'll save the head reveal for last. Not that you don't know what Astrotrain looks like, but it's always nice. Now you want to separate this, separate a little bit, and stretch for his legs. You take the nose pieces, you fold it up onto the sides of the legs. The cockpit becomes little feet. And then the landing gears can become his heels. Nifty. Now spin this bit. And lastly, there's this little flap. He's peeking out at ya. Bring his head up. And there he is. Level this camera. Level it. Let's make him look up a little bit so you can see that head. You move the backpack up, up. I had this little thing still up. There we go. And there we are. Astrotrain. Robot motherfucker. So yeah, here's Astrotrain, and the colors and the mold, it's all there, and it all works. He has the wings of the shuttle right where it needs to be. He has a perfectly sculpted head with the perfect colors. White face, which is unusual for a robot, but it's accurate for his colors. And then, yeah, you have this on the arms, but you get his gun in hand. Ah, there we go. Also, it's worth mentioning that the gun is actually quite accurate to the original toy. Much like how Blitzwing's weapons were accurate to his toy. So yeah, there he is. Very posable. Everything in the arms are ball joints. Ball joint up there, ball joint down here. The head is ball jointed, and as a neat little effect, the ball joint goes to the neck. So he can do a little flying at you pose. I like that. I like it when they give flying robots that articulation. The legs will go out, and then they bend at hinges. Not too shabby. It does do a little bit of rotation, but the wrong way. I mean, you can have him do his little, I need a pee pose. No, he's tough. He ain't gotta go pee for nobody. Now, as a comparison, here's Astrotrain. Here's Blitzwing. Blitzwing towers over him, which kind of bugs me, but in the end, they're both amazing figures. If you can find Astrotrain, definitely get them. And definitely this version. Just the colors are G1 accurate. The toy itself is really good too, so if you can only manage to get the Hasbro one, I'd say go for it if you can overlook the inaccuracy to the show. He was such a cool character in the show, I had to get this version. Also, this is Chrome. Well, that's all I have to say about Henkei Astrotrain. Check you later.